everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So today's video is a bit of a honest video, a bit different to what I usually do, but I just thought I needed to kind of sit down and almost hold myself accountable a little bit. And this video is my way of just telling you guys kind of a little bit of a life update, or not even a life update, but just what's going on in my mind at the moment. As you can tell by the video, I have been feeling recently like I have lost all motivation to kind of get my identity back. Not necessarily my old identity, because I know that my life pre-baby, pre-Margot is very, very different. And I actually wouldn't want it any other way. I'm in my mum era. I am happy to be known as mum, but also I feel I have stuff that I used to do that I can still do that would make me feel happy and more like myself and things like that. Now I'm not really not many people speak about this that much, I feel on social media. I haven't seen that much about it. I don't know if people think it's a bit of a taboo subject, but this is not to say that I'm unhappy in any shape or way, form or anything like that, because I am actually probably the happiest I've been ever. But I just feel like I am really lacking the motivation to be able to be a better me. And I feel like I'm a pretty good mum. I don't feel like any of my parenting can change, needs to change, none of that side, but it's all to do with me. So basically I just thought I would talk to you guys about what's going on in my head and kind of tell you guys how I'm going to turn that around. So I just want to give myself a month to start doing these habits, and so I want to kind of look back at the end of June and be yeah, I can see a difference now and all of that sort of stuff. It might not, but I feel like this is definitely going to make me feel like a better version of myself. So firstly, I have put to exercise more. For me, exercise, I've always loved exercise. I've been such a sporty person growing up, and pregnancy was probably the only time that I didn't actively do any kind of vigorous exercise. I still did a lot of walking because I lived in London. So my body, I feel at the moment really feels like it's struggling in terms of just getting that exercise, and it's getting a lot of walks. I go and I walk with Margot a lot, but it's more the swimming and that kind of thing, where I push myself. And I think more than anything, it gives me such a mental release. The times that I have been since I had Margot, I have felt so good, and I've been you need to keep this up, but I haven't. I just feel I am really struggling with the lack of that mental release. Obviously if I've had an intense day at home, or I often find as well when I'm tired, I feel I just need to go and do some exercise. So this month I am saying to myself, firstly, to do a minimum of 5,000 steps a day. I want to do 5,000 steps a day. I want to basically, on my Apple Watch, which I have started wearing again, I have basically closed, I think to close my exercise ring, I've got to do 30 minutes of exercise a day, and that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that all of my rings are closed for June. I just think getting the steps in is just an easy way of doing exercise in the daytime when I've got Margot. But then also I really want to try and go swimming once a week. I'm just going to set myself a target of going once a week. And so if I want to go more, or if I have the time to do more, I will go. But I think once a week is a realistic goal that I can set myself, because I feel there's no point setting myself really unrealistic goals I'm going to go 3 times a week, because I'm just not going to do that. So I'm going to set myself a realistic goal of doing 5,000 steps a day and going to swimming once a week. I'm also thinking about getting myself a PT just for the gym, just because I feel it's the motivation that I need, a bit of a kick up the arse basically. I almost feel I need someone else to kind of tell me, because obviously my own motivation is not doing it right now, because otherwise I'd be there. I put so much pressure on myself like when I was pregnant, that once I got the all clear to exercise again after birth, I would be like this new woman, and I'd be like getting my like pre-pregnancy body back and all of that sort of stuff, and I'd be exercising, and yeah, none of that's happened. So definitely gonna take that pressure all off and just focus on those two like little goals, and hopefully I'll sort of like benefit from that mental release that exercise gives me. This leads on to my second one, and that is my eating. Also, I'm sorry if this is triggering for anyone, but yeah, this is just my like honest thoughts. But I have really struggled with my eating. Pregnancy, I was pretty awful. I had like good days where I would like eat loads of fruit and stuff like that and drink lots of water, but I really struggled with nausea throughout probably the first like 20 weeks of my pregnancy, and I had to just eat beige food. Like that's all I could really eat. Even like stuff like meat made me feel a bit sick, so it was kind of like loads of just like pasta and pizza and stuff like that. So it wasn't great. And then I will say that like even after Margot was born, my eating has not, it's not been great. I tend to just like grab whatever's easiest, and I think that is just pure laziness from me. Like I think sometimes I feel like I've got less time than I have, or if I feel like I'm struggling with time, I just need to like food prep. Like I need to make sure that I've got that food in and I've got it prepared, and you know, if I need to have breakfast on the go, I'd make it like the night before and put it in the fridge. Like all of that sort of stuff, I just feel like I kind of forget about. Personally, like that is absolutely okay. You're obviously allowed to eat whatever you want, and I will continue to eat whatever I want. But I'm just going to try and rein it in a little bit in terms of my body inside feels pretty rubbish. And they always say that like what you put inside your body radiates out, and at the moment I'm just putting like really rubbish stuff in my body, so I feel like I need to actually start to focus on having a bit of more of a balanced diet and like getting sort of a lot more like fruit and veg in, upping my water intake is atrocious. I literally probably drink like 1.5 water bottles a day, like at the moment. Like it's just not good enough. I don't want to be restrictive or anything like that, because don't get me wrong, there are so many like cafes around here that I bloody love. Like me and my friends always do like walks and stuff like that, and we always pretty much find a walk that has a really decent cafe, and I'm not cutting any of that out. Like I will go for that chocolate milkshake and that brownie, I will do that, but just not 24/7, because right now all I can think of is chocolate, sweets, like just bad, like not bad stuff, but like stuff that's making me feel bad. And I don't want to do that anymore, because I just feel like it's making me groggy, it's making me like really sluggish, less energy. Just need to monitor a little bit more what goes inside my body, and just allow my body to kind of like reset a little bit, like have some goodness, and like make sure that that radiates outside, because then like problems like I'm having, like my low energy, rubbish skin, like all of that sort of stuff, headaches from not drinking, like all of that sort of stuff, I'm hoping will disappear. So yeah, I really want to sort of just make sure that I have a bit more of a balanced diet rather than just like restricting myself. I just want to make sure it's more like balanced with good stuff too. My third thing is having a bit of a social cleanse. I am really struggling a little bit with social media, mainly Instagram, and to be honest, people that probably follow me on Instagram have known that I've actually been quite absent on there, just because a lot of the stuff that I see on there at the moment, I don't really like what I see. Obviously I follow some amazing accounts, some like really like raw, honest women who have gone through pregnancy, they are going through motherhood. Like I love women that are like honest and you can actually get like, you can kind of relate to. But at the moment I'm seeing a lot of like influencers that have suddenly become mums, either the same time as me or after me, and they're posting stuff like, oh, back in my like size 10 jeans, 6 weeks postpartum, and all that sort of stuff. And if I'm honest, like that gives me the ick, because I'm just like, oh, you shouldn't be saying that if you've now suddenly got like a mummy following, because 9 times out of 10 a lot of people aren't going to do that. So yeah, I just kind of want to have like a bit of like a cleanse in terms of my social media, because I don't want to be following the kind of people that make me compare myself, and just follow the people that I really relate to, that I find really honest and give like two sides to the story, because that's what I always feel like I try and strive to be on Instagram, is quite like honest, sort of say, you know, if I've had my like good days, if I've had my bad days. Obviously I would never ever show like Margot having a bad day, because that's just out of respect to her. But I feel like I'm quite honest with just how things are going. So yeah, I just want to kind of follow more accounts that are like that. And then that brings me on to also then having a cleanse of my wardrobe. Now I have suffered big time with like body dysmorphia postpartum. I loved my body during pregnancy. I was absolutely in awe of it. I just loved it so much, but it could not be more polar opposite right now, and it's something that I feel really guilty, because like a lot of people say like that, and I still feel that admiration towards my body, in that it housed Margot and it gave her all the good stuff and, you know, things like that. But I also kind of think like I'm just not happy with it. Like I just don't feel like me. I don't feel like this is a healthy version of me. And it becomes like probably about 10 times, actually probably like 100 times worse when I put clothes on. And it's clothes that I've got in my wardrobe that don't fit me still, and I've still got them hanging up, but also clothes that fit me now, but they don't look right, because obviously my body has naturally changed. So I just want to have a bit of a cleanse of my wardrobe. It's not going to happen overnight. It's already started. I've started putting stuff on Vinted, started, you know, taking stuff to a charity shop, but just cleansing sort of like the wardrobe, and kind of finding clothes that make me feel good again, and kind of getting my love of fashion, because I love fashion, but that has gone out the window massively in postpartum, because I just haven't felt happy in anything that I wear. So I really want to kind of get that like passion back, and sort of choose stuff that now suits my body type, but also I feel like really good in. Another thing then that makes me like, it's kind of, it might sound really like shallow and vain, I'm not sure, but another thing that also makes me feel really good is having like spending time on my appearance. I feel really like put together, and just automatically just feel like 10 times better when I've got some makeup on and my hair washed. Like honestly, some of the times that I've walked out of my door and looked at the mirror just before, and I've been like, oh my god, like you would never ever let yourself walk out of the door like this pre-pregnancy. So what's changed now? And I know that obviously it's simple, I've got a baby, but also like I think it's just trying to find time to like put that effort back into myself. So like, you know, when Margot's gone to sleep, I can have a shower, I can wash my hair ready for the next day. When she's napping in the morning, I can do like my makeup, or even just like setting myself, you know, setting Margot in front of the mirror and doing it, like not helping, she's obviously not going to do my makeup, but like watching, she's like watching me do it, like all of that sort of stuff. Like it can be done, and obviously I know that there are going to be days where I do not want to put makeup on, and there's also no point of putting makeup on or washing my hair because we're not doing anything. But sometimes I just go out and I'm like, I feel 10 times worse because I don't feel like I look good, and I don't feel like I look happy or healthy. I think that's the main thing. I don't feel healthy. I don't look healthy. Honestly, like the weekend that we've just had, the bank holiday, all 3 days I put makeup on, did my hair, wore a nice outfit, and I actually felt incredible. Like it was probably the best feeling I've felt in ages, and that's all because I put effort into my appearance. So I'm really gonna try this June to try and like get, you know, get some time either to myself, like, you know, when Margot is either being looked after, or if she's napping, or she's, you know, doing her own thing in front of me, just to like put some more effort back into my appearance. This one I feel like is almost the most important one, and that is I feel like this incorporates all of them, but it's basically finding time to like do the things that I love, like getting passion back for things that I love. And that's basically involves me having downtime and like time to myself. I feel like my main problem is with me, I know what I need to do almost, but to like make myself feel good, but I almost don't have the motivation. I don't have the energy. Like something just has not clicked. These past like 5-6 months, something hasn't clicked, and I just don't feel like energized to do these things or motivated to do them and carry them out. And I think that's what I need to change. Like rather than, you know, obviously it's all good to, after a long day, to sit on the sofa and relax. That's all good, and probably the majority of my nights will be that. But maybe one night a week, just sit down and rather than watching TV, film a YouTube video or edit a YouTube video. Like I honestly have been so like motivated with my YouTube channel, but nothing is coming out of it. Like I'm not doing anything. I'm not making any videos. I've got this long list of video inspiration like things that I want to do, and I'm not doing it. And so I just need to like make sure that I tell myself like, look, this is going to make you happy, this is going to make you proud, sit down and do it, rather than just watch TV. Like you can watch TV anytime, and it's the same as like, you know, going to the gym or going swimming. Like you have got like 6 other days of the week to sit down and watch the TV. Like you can go out and do something that's going to make you feel good. So yeah, so I think that's the main like big important thing, is just finding that time, making sure I find time for myself. I realised that I forgot to film an outro for this video, so bear with me, it's a day later and I've probably got twiglets all around my mouth. But basically, yeah, I just created kind of like 5 goals, or like 5 things that I knew that I needed to work on to make me kind of feel like a better version of myself. And I think can you hear Margot's jumper in the background? I love it. That's a jumperoo sound. I basically think that for me the struggle is just, I know what I need to do, but it's just finding the energy and the effort and motivation to be able to do it. And this is what I just really want to just think. Every time I think I can't be bothered, I just want to think of the end goal and stuff like that. Because I think that's literally the only thing that's holding me back. Like I know how to make myself feel better, like a better version of myself, but I just can't be bothered. So that needs to change. So I am going to do it for all of June. I'm going to really try. I've already done 2,000 steps a day, so we're going to go out now and do some more. But yeah, I'm really going to try throughout June to really like work on this and work on myself, and then hopefully I can report back and tell you that I feel like 10 times better in myself again. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's quite an honest video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you soon for my next video.